let's see what you guys want from me. A movie, huh? Well, alright, but what to choose? I think I know just the one. When I say the word Nickelodeon, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Rugrats? Ren and Stimpy? Hey Arnold? For me, back in the early 2000s, it was Jimmy Neutron, but now as an adult, I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts that the first thing that comes to your mind is SpongeBob. Who could blame anyone for thinking about this yellow square? It's the highest rated show on Nickelodeon. Originally created by marine biologist Steven Hillenburg, who created a cartoon to educate his students. When he got a job at Nickelodeon, he wanted to develop his characters for his comic, which ended up looking like this. A yellow sponge who is passionate for being a fry cook. He has a stupid best friend who lives under a rock, a grouchy neighbor who's suffering from a midlife crisis, a greedy boss who doesn't pay him well. You know what? I'm gonna stop right there because at this point, you already know what the show is about. When Nickelodeon and Paramount approached Hillenburg to make a movie, he shot down the idea. Hillenburg thought it would be impossible for SpongeBob and Patrick to do something cinematic without losing what he calls the SpongeBob cadence. Despite this, production on the film started in late 2002, right after the third season ended. Originally, the story was going to be a parody of Finding Nemo, where SpongeBob had to rescue Patrick from a fisherman, but it was changed to a heroic Odyssey adventure, where SpongeBob and Patrick go on a road trip to retrieve a stolen crown. And the end result was this. But is this movie any good? Did Hillenburg make an incredible movie that stays true to the SpongeBob cadence? Grab your ice cream, grab your friend, and get ready to be a goofy goober as we review the SpongeBob SquarePants Movie. Now before we begin, I want to address a few things. While Bacon and I saw the original film on Blu-ray, I will be using footage from the SpongeBob movie Rehydrated, a fan recreation of the movie made by hundreds of animators. I'm doing this because, well, you know, Content ID. Also, some of the scenes from the footage won't be accurate to our opinions on this movie. We're judging this movie from its original release, so if anything from the remake isn't accurate to what we're saying, that's why. By the way, please check out the remake of this movie. The animators did a great job remaking the movie, so please show them your support. The link is in the description. Alright, let the review begin!
I got it!
What the heck? Live actors? I thought this was a SpongeBob movie! So the movie starts with the pirate finding treasure, so they call their captain. Okay, I don't want to join his crew knowing I'll get smacked by a door.
I never thought I'd see it with me own eye. Tickets to the SpongeBob movie! Yeah!
So I like how the treasure chest that they pulled out, this big-ass treasure chest, and yet it only has about 6 tickets.
With the movie tickets at hand, they all start singing the SpongeBob theme as they make their way to the theater.
Okay, so them pirates are barging into the theater like they're a bunch of fanboys, and they should be kicked out of there super fucking quick.
You know, I kind of feel bad for the real-life actors in this scene. Sure, they get to perform an ensemble song, which looks really fun, but that's all they could do. We don't get to come back to them until later in the movie, where they're still in the theater reacting to the movie.
I feel bad for the employees. They're fucking cleaning up all this popcorn and all that the pirates are just flee.
So anyway, the pirates make their way to the theater, they take their seats, and the actual movie begins. We're taken to the Krusty Krab where...
Back up! Wait a minute! What is happening?
What? Already there's some drama? What's going on here? A dramatic SpongeBob enters the scene to discuss the situation with Mr. Krabs.
It started out as a simple order, a Krabby Patty with cheese. When the customer took a bite, no cheese.
I like how SpongeBob is treating this like a murder mystery. Like, the Krab Patty got murdered. It has no cheese.
Take it easy, friend. I'm the manager of this establishment. Everything's gonna be just fine.
I like how SpongeBob looks like one of those old detectives that look like they don't sleep that much because he has the lines under his eyes. Because we're used to him being happy all the fucking time.
SpongeBob, being the good lad he is, fixes Phil's order and gets the crowd cheering.
Hip, hip.
Oh wait, it was just a dream. A dream that he's been having for so long, because today is the grand opening of the Krusty Krab 2. More importantly, he's hoping to become the manager for the new restaurant.
Well, let's ask my wall of 374 consecutive Employee of the Month awards.
Okay, so SpongeBob has 374 employees of the month. He's been working there, if Google says 31 years, he's not a kid, he's 31! But again, Google is the most untrusty that we have ever used.
That reminds me, remember when Google lied about throwing car batteries in the ocean and it was beneficial for marine life?
I mean, if you want to go fishing for SpongeBob's corpse, then yeah, go for it!
We get a montage of SpongeBob getting ready. Deviant artists, I know what you're thinking. Don't do it.
I like how his toothpaste and his toothbrush are specifically made for each other. And I bet that shit is hard to find for a product.
After bothering Squidward,
Get out!
he meets up with Patrick to plan a celebration at Goofy Goobers. Better get going, SpongeBob. Today's your big day. We cut to Perch Perkins reporting live at the Krusty Krab 2, which is right next to the original restaurant. Okay, why did Mr. Krabs do this?
Money!
You serious right now?
Okay, so if they made the Krusty Krab 2, why build it next to the original and not have it, I don't know, on the other side of the town where it's more evenly distributed?
That's like the equivalent of Walmart putting two stores next to each other, and one of them is bigger than the other.
Pretty sure the neighborhood one will go out because people would prefer the big Walmart to a little Walmart.
We cut to Plankton, who's jealous over Mr. Krabs' success.
Don't get worked up again, Plankton. I just mopped the floors.
He did look like he was gonna He showcases Karen that all of his plans failed.
From A to Y.
A to Y.
Yeah, Y, the alphabet.
What about Z?
Z?
Also, I like how Plankton has no clue what the whole alphabet is, and yet he's an evil genius who went to college.
By the way, I love how the movie doesn't tell us what the plan is until Plankton does it. Really gets the audience guessing what he's up to.
I like how when he walked out of the door, he was right next to his door, and then when he starts screaming his plan, in public by the way, he's in the middle of the road to get stepped on SpongeBob. I know he's fast, I mean we just watched him jump from the ladder and then instantly goes to the f***ing lab, but I'm pretty sure he's not that quick.
I'm ready. Promotion. I'm ready. Promotion. Ew, I think I stepped in something.
I betcha, if this was Happy Tree Friends, this scene would be very gory. So the grand opening ceremony begins, and Mr. Krabs is ready to announce the new manager. Okay, I really want to use this bit, so please lower your headphones. No, seriously, lower them.
Welcome our new manager! Oh no!
People of Bikini Bottom!
I'm sorry, I can't help it, I love it. But unfortunately, SpongeBob didn't get the job. And the reason why is because he's just a kid? What?
I just don't like how Mr. Krabs was just, like, disciplining the poor lad. Like, he's literally 31. I'm pretty sure he's just behind Squidward if we find out his age.
I'm ready. Depression. I'm ready. Depression.
I love how SpongeBob is always happy, and I wouldn't even be surprised if Nickelodeon confirmed that SpongeBob just has autism like you do. Which I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying he's always happy, and then he gets sad real quick, and then he's back to happy, then he gets angry, and then he goes back to happy. Also, how good is Patrick's paragliding if he's over here flying, naked, practically streaking, with a flag up his ass?
That doesn't really surprise me, considering he made a face on his back. Remember Pat Back?
Pat Back is actually impressive. I'll give him credit where credit's due. That is an impressive. But that motherfucker's squeezing a flag between his cheeks.
Patrick Star! How dare you commit vandalism in Bikini Bottom? You ought to be punished for that!
That wouldn't be really, like, vandalism, because, yeah, he did run into the thing like a dumbass. But I feel like that's more like, public streaking.
Public streaking? He caused a fire!
Well, that's because he ran into the thing, and I'm pretty sure, like, a wire or a speaker that was connected to, like, the tarp or the bamboo stick thing probably broke off. Because we did see the speaker fall.
Whatever. Meanwhile, Plankton is on his way to King Neptune's castle. While he sneaks in, a royal courtesan session. I bet they stole that bit from Shrek 2. What? Shrek 2 came out before this. I'm sure it's possible. Neptune comes this close to throwing the royal polisher to the dungeon, until Mindy shows some compassion. The two of them bicker a bit until...
What the? My crown! Ah!
So you're telling me this little fucking plankton who cannot catch a formula or a sandwich, which to be fair, Mr. Krabs has some very good instincts, but yet he steals a crown like it's a nothing. Like, I'm pretty sure the crown should have at least a guard or two, but, you know, Neptune, he barks like a dog when he loses a bloody thing. Someone should have heard that little motor that Plankton has. I'm pretty sure that thing runs like a drone battery where you hear that like a mosquito, but someone should have heard that.
We now cut to a Chuck E. Cheese-like restaurant called Goofy Goobers, and ice cream parlors starring the man, the myth, the legend...
Goofy Goober!
Hey look! It's that short animation that I did!
Every time I see that scene, I can't stop imagining that fucking scene you made on Gary's mug, because that honestly fits us both now. Dude, his cardboard pants should have fucking unfolded as soon as he started crying. At the fucking bar, he should have been, like, crying, and all of a sudden his pants just fell apart because it's cardboard, and cardboard can't handle water.
So poor SpongeBob tells Patrick what happened during the celebration, not feeling in a goober mood. Good one. He makes his way home, though maybe a triple gooberberry sunrise would change his mind. By the way, you should check out Feast of Fiction and Babish Culinary Universe. They each made a video showing you how to make these treats, and they look incredible!
Also, they love to reuse the burp sound effects from Simpsons. I don't even know if that's a generic burp, or maybe it's like an actual official burp from The Simpsons, but they're definitely using it.
This is one of the funniest scenes in this movie. I mean, look at them! They're eating those sunrises like they're partying on a Friday night.
Also, I love how for a show based around age of 13 or whatever the hell they had this for, they made the characters look drunk like 21-year-olds. That's a credit to determination, I'll give them that.
It's a little ditty called... Ren? Patrick. Hey, what's up, buddy?
This is the best adult joke I've ever seen in kids' entertainment. The next morning, Mr. Krabs and Squidward are operating at the Krusty Krab 2, with no one running the original restaurant? Maybe they closed it down for a day? No, that can't be right. The grand opening was yesterday. Whatever. They spot King Neptune approaching them.
I like the design of Neptune, but he's a fucking dumbass. He's not threatening, but I do like his design though.
And since he's a king, let's raise the prices to get more money off of him.
Also, of course, it's Mr. Krabs. Of course he's raising the price to $101 for a fucking Krabby Patty. And cheap stay for Neptune. I bet if Neptune had an OnlyFans based around money, Mr. Krabs would be selling off money off his own restaurant for that shit.
Neptune confronts Mr. Krabs and demands him to return his crown. And then the most unfortunate timing for bad luck happens.
Hey, Mr. Krabs, this is Clay, the guy who sold Neptune's crown to. Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks again for selling me the crown. Neptune's crown.
I like how the phone is just still going, and Mr. Krabs over here just banging it like it's a hammer, and then when he finally pulls out the socket, thing is just like...
Which is now in Shell City, goodbye.
My crown is in the Forbidden Shell City!
Mr. Krabs has been framed? Sonic Adventure 2, anyone? Mr. Krabs begs anyone to defend his case. Who would be a better person to clear his name than...
I've got something to say about Mr. Krabs.
What the... How much whiskey do they put in his ice cream?
And this man has got something to say to you.
Go home, SpongeBob. You're drunk. Neptune starts attacking Mr. Krabs. This causes SpongeBob to snap out of it and plead to the king to spare him. Okay, I know what you're all thinking. Let's just get it out of the way.
Oh, your highness, I'm pretty sure it's not that noticeable.
There you go, you happy? That joke's been overused all the time. SpongeBob offers to retrieve the crown at Shell City, but Neptune denies this because no one has ever returned from there.
Run along, I have a crab to cook.
I could go for some crab right now. Anyone hungry? Thankfully, Mindy steps in before things get ugly.
Look at this little guy. He's willing to risk his life to find your crown and save his boss.
Mindy holds SpongeBob like a fucking animal. Like a little stuffed animal that you get at like the carnivore or something. Just be like, look what I won! Squeaky, squeaky!
Neptune is willing to give SpongeBob a chance. He has 10 days to get the crown back to save Mr. Krabs.
We could do it in 9, 8, 7, 6. Patrick! 6 it is, then.
Patrick, shush.
Also, we're just gonna ignore the fact that Patrick, when he was saying how many days it takes, he just popped out of nowhere.
So he freezes Mr. Krabs and leaves. Mindy gives the duo a quick rundown on Shell City, and she gives them a bag of wins as a way to return home.
What's my name?
That's easy. You're Patrick Star.
Patrick is simping over Mindy, and I bet if she had an OnlyFans, I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10 you would see Patrick's name on there with about 2 sand dollars or whatever their currency is. Because we both know Patrick has no job.
So it's up to SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward.
Pass.
What? You don't want a bigger role? Well, sucks to suck, I guess. The duo heads underneath the restaurant to feast their eyes on the Paddy Wagon. It even has fryers for an engine. Must be good for cruising on Fridays.
Hey, I thought you didn't have a driver's license.
You don't need a license to drive a sandwich.
Yeah, the you do. If you get pulled over going 70 miles in a sandwich, you don't need no excuse. You are still flying a car.
As SpongeBob and Patrick start their adventure, things immediately go south when Plankton steals the formula from Mr. Krabs.
Freeze!
Wow, dude. That was cold. So SpongeBob and Patrick come across some hillbillies.
What'll it be, fellas? Mustard or ketchup?
Man, they're having way too much fun. Must be a boring job having to sit there all day. SpongeBob tells the hillbillies they are heading to Shell City, and they are in so much disbelief that they abuse each other.
And the other one is choking each other, but, Kitty.
You two dipsticks ain't gonna last 10 seconds over the county line.
I know. Let's set a timer.
Oh yeah? We'll see about that. Hey.
Out of the car, fellas.
How many seconds was that?
12.
Huh, they're right. It was 12 seconds. Impressive editing. Meanwhile, back in Bikini Bottom, Perch Perkins reports on the Chum Bucket finally making a profit. You know, now that Plankton finally stole the formula, that technically means he already knows what the formula is.
Plankton technically kind of stole the formula, but I'm pretty sure he just put it in the machine because we saw the machine in the lab. He probably just put the whole formula, didn't even read it. He was just like, I got the formula, and I have this Krabby Patty machine that I built. All it needs to do is just read the formula, and it'll make Krabby Patties.
Karen, baby, I've felt this kitty since the day you agreed to be my wife.
I never agreed.
Then why are you still living with him? So Karen tells Plankton about SpongeBob and Patrick retrieving the crown. In order to cover his tracks, Plankton hired a cold-hearted killer to take them out. Dennis.
Dennis is the most intimidating villain we've ever seen from SpongeBob. And official SpongeBob too, not common fan base where they have bosses from other episodes.
You're telling me. You know he's trouble when his license plate says, I kill you. Tease him once and your mouth comes off. Also, I know this footage doesn't show it, but he has 2 pairs of sunglasses that he wears just because he's a badass, I guess. How long have you been wearing 2 pairs? So SpongeBob and Patrick continue on their way to Shell City. You can tell they are getting weak despite their motivation, and their hopes are shut down when they realize they won't make it in time. Now what do?
SpongeBob, look! Our car!
That restaurant looks like a metaphor for the failed Tug series. Now, what do you think is worse? This or the salty spittoon? Now, in order to get their key back, someone needs to make a distraction.
Can I have everybody's attention? I have to use the bathroom.
Wow, great distraction there, bud. That's okay, maybe a bubble party can cheer us up.
Who blew this bubble?
Uh-oh. So, for whatever reason, there's no blowing bubbles in the bar, and they're gonna find out who did it.
DJ! Time for the test.
I like how the DJ doesn't even join in the lineup. He must have a lot of fucking respect, or maybe everyone knows he can't speak or some shit. Whenever the Doug probably says like, hey, we got that rule, and he's probably just like, probably chooses not to talk.
They play the Goofy Goober theme, and SpongeBob and Patrick try to resist.
You're a goofy goober, yeah.
Goofy, goofy, goober, goobers, yeah!
Thankfully, SpongeBob and Patrick got out alive, found the key, and made their getaway. Meanwhile, back at Bikini Bottom...
Excuse me, miss.
What the... Why does Squidward's bike look so weird? Who the f*** would want a bike that requires lying on your back? Whatever happened to Squidward's old bike? Remember when he had that?
There is a bike where you are actually that low to the ground.
Wait, really? Hold on. Oh, you're right. It does exist. It's called a recumbent bike. Wow, you learn something new every day. Anyways, Squidward notices that everyone is wearing chum bucket hats. As soon as he notices Plankton is selling Krabby Patties, he barges in to confront him.
And there's a free bucket helmet with every purchase. Care for one?
Also, what a f***ing name. The Chump Bucket Bucket.
You may have hoodwinked everyone else in this backwater town, but you can't fool me. I listen to public radio.
What's the difference between watching public radio and just watching it in real life?
But you made one fatal mistake. You messed with my paycheck.
Why do you care about a paycheck for a job you despise? For all I know, Mr. Krabs could be paying you 1 cent per week. Or worse, actual dirt. But before he tells King Neptune, Plankton threw a wrench in his plans.
What's going on here?
Hot damn! Plankton really knows how to get the upper hand, does he? While we throw away Squidward's time in the spotlight, let's check back on our duo, shall we? Laughing in a bony valley? Why is that familiar?
Boy, could you use a Big Mac, huh?
Okay, moving on. The duo makes a stop for ice cream. You know, if this was a GameStop in the dark alley filled with bony piles, I'd probably buy my copy of Thousand Year Door from there. Can you really blame me? It's not like that this is a trap or anything.
You can let go. I said let go, please.
What kind of old lady are you?
Oh, it is a trap. That's honestly fascinating. Luring them with something that they like as a way to get them caught? How did that monster know they like ice cream? Must be a rare intelligent species. Meanwhile, Dennis is still on the duo's trail. Whoa. This isn't your average everyday threat. This is an advanced threat. Also, bye, Tugs. Sorry no one remembers you. Back to SpongeBob and Patrick acting like they're running away from the gun truck.
I'll let you pet Mr. Whiskers.
Are we ever gonna mention how this movie is PG-13 and yet they have this monster with a granny for a tongue, or whatever the f that thing is, and yet he's just like, I'll let you pet Mr. Whiskers, and then have a skinned cat just come out and be like, meow. Poor thing sounds like it's sick.
Jump for it, Patrick!
Oh, there's the meme! So after losing the paddy wagon, the two of them find a road across a deadly trench. But they realize that everyone calling them kids was true, and they no longer have the confidence to continue the journey.
Patrick, you've been wearing the same Goofy Goober Peanut Party underpants for 3 years straight! What do you call that?
So it's SpongeBob logic, but are we never gonna question how he wore that same pair of underwear of Goofy Goobers
Peanut Party underpants
for 3 years straight and it looks clean?
Well, it wouldn't be a SpongeBob movie if they did something that raised the movie's PG rating. This clip feels like it came out of a Kids Fallen Down compilation from Fail Army. But before they could give up, Mindy shows up.
Did you see my underwear?
No, Patrick.
Did you want to?
Patrick, shush!
Mindy tells the duo that they are the only ones left to retrieve the crown, since Plankton turned Bikini Bottom into Planktopolis.
There's no way in hell Plankton made those slaves build, like, God knows how many buildings, a giant statue that you can see from the sign of Bikini Bottom, which is on top of a hill, all within about 2 to 3 days. That's like saying the f***ing pyramid was made by aliens, which is false. Also, Gary is strong. Motherfucker is dragging a brick the size of the whole Krusty Krab.
Well, what do you expect? He's brainwashed.
It don't matter, that's still a snail. Those things aren't meant to... It's like I told you, Matt, hey, can you drag this 500-pound dumbbell? And you're over here just like, I can do it in my sleep. And you proceed to drag them about a centimeter and you're like, I can't move this anymore. That makes no sense.
Mindy tells them that all they have to do is believe in themselves.
I believe that everybody that we know is a goner!
Huh. Tough nuts to crack? Okay, I may be sensitive with emotions, but even I wouldn't cry for that long. So Mindy decides to use her mermaid magic to turn SpongeBob and Patrick into men. She does a clever job pretending to use magic, and when the duo opens their eyes...
Huh. I don't feel any different now. Oh my gosh, Patrick! You have a mustache!
So do you!
Okay, to be honest, I don't like mustaches. I don't like facial hair in general. That's why I always shave it off every time my chin gets fuzzy. Now that these kids are filled with raw manpower, they...
We're invincible! Yeah!
What? I never said that!
Jump off a cliff? Are you serious right now? Who jumps off a cliff when they're filled with positive energy? That's stupid!
Okay, to be honest, SpongeBob Patrick jumping off that cliff wasn't them being stupid. It was more like you get caught in the moment, you're just not thinking, you're just like, yeah, let's do it! Woo! I mean, it is kind of stupid, but when you get caught in that moment, your adrenaline is rushing, you don't think about it.
I guess so, but would you jump off a cliff without thinking? Didn't think so.
Patrick?
Yeah, buddy?
Why do we jump over the edge instead of taking the stairs?
Because I'm pretty sure I doubt there's a whole stairs that goes all the way down that hasn't been eaten by a monster by now. That also made a growling noise every time Patrick was jokingly playing with it.
Thankfully, they're saved by a branch, which convinces them that they truly are invincible. Woohoo! Musical number time! You know, I kinda wish there were more songs in this movie. If they had a few songs written for this film, what's stopping them from making more? Oh, good point. But still, the Now That We're Men song is fantastic. It shows SpongeBob and Patrick crossing the trench with ease. No matter what kind of rough spot they're in, they always find a way out of it. Even if 99% of the time it's pure luck. Huh. I wonder if I could do that. What? Ugh. Man, these men are talented. And just like that, the duo makes it past the trench.
We made it past everything, even the hideous, disgusting monsters.
Huh? Come on, man.
Not you guys. You guys are awesome.
Sorry, SpongeBob. The damage has been done. Well, they've come this far. What could possibly get in their way?
Finally.
Oh, it's Dennis! And if that wasn't bad enough, he completely shatters their egos by ripping off the fake mustaches and tossing them like junk. Right after accidentally revealing Plankton's crime, he pulls out spiky cleats because anything is possible, I guess.
I love this job! Bigger boots!
I'm sorry, but that was hilarious. Hey, Patrick, you know what's worse than a boot?
Bigger boots!
You got that right. But unfortunately, they're saved by...
It's the Cyclops!
Oh my god, this feels like they're running away from the Plasm Wraith. Oh great, now this is giving me Fib vibes.
Hi, Junior.
But it's too late. They're captured by the Cyclops, and their fates are sealed. The two of them wake up by being trapped in a Finding Nemo-esque situation. After trying to call for help, the movie starts to get dark.
Those fish are dead.
Damn, I didn't know SpongeBob and all of them had the rights to do a collab with Scooby-Doo. It's Cyclops. I'm honestly expecting his little clothing to have a little Scooby-Doo or a dog on there to look like a Scooby-Doo icon.
Wait a sec. This place is a lair of a monster. It's known for capturing creatures and keeping them trapped, and it won't stop pursuing until it has what it wants? Oh crap! It really is the Plasm Wraith! Only this time, instead of keeping its victims safe,
He's killing sea animals and making them the smelly knickknacks. And I think we're next.
You think so?
Patrick! No! Ah!
now we are at a point where the movie turns off the funny and starts getting emotional. SpongeBob and Patrick dying from a lamp as they sorrow their failed attempt to get to Shell City. No kid could possibly make the journey, and all of their trials were for nothing. Except, it is Shell City.
But if this is Shell City, then where's the crown?
After being told they are just kids, they did the impossible. Sure, they aren't coming back alive, but they're proud of their achievement. They sing Goofy Goobers one last time, and they... I'm sorry. Can you take over, Bacon? I need a moment.
This is a very good scene, and even if you're a man, if you didn't cry at this scene, you're not a true SpongeBob fan, and you need to get out of here.
Actually, anime has better emotional scenes than this movie. I highly recommend getting a better taste in emotional scenes before judging it.
You're not a SpongeBob fan, get out of here.
Okay, I'm back. Pardon me for my absence. Where are we? Oh yeah. Thankfully, their final tears come to the rescue, as it sets a chain reaction to trigger the sprinklers. But why does this remind me of the Felix the Cat movie opening? SpongeBob and Patrick go to retrieve the crown, but they are once again caught by the Cyclops. Thankfully, the sprinklers didn't just revive the duo, but everyone else in the shop. Well, remember kids, always respect marine life. Oh, and don't actually throw car batteries in the ocean. So they grab the crown, run to the beach, and prepare the bag of winds for their return.
Check.
Well, to be fair, I'm not sure if that bag is strong enough to carry a giant crown. Well, now what will they do?
I can take you there.
Ooh! Hey chicks, is this the reason you watched the movie? How? Wait a second, so David Hasselhoff is planning to swim to Bikini Bottom? That's not enough time, especially when it's time for Mr. Krabs' execution. But how? It's not. You can't. You just.
Imagine trying to explain that to kids. Mommy, why is that man's chest going out? Can I do that? Meanwhile, the wife is over here drooling because this buff guy's pecs are going out.
Oh, whatever. If they get there, they get there. Now let's... Dennis is back? What? How are you still alive? The Cyclops killed you!
Dennis does have some determination. That motherfucker survived the boots, the sides of a fucking skyscraper on him, and he still wants to kill SpongeBob and Patrick. But I'm pretty sure that's just Nickelodeon just saying, hey, SpongeBob got squished and he just popped out like he's fine. Anyone can do it. I mean, earlier we just saw Plankton get squished by SpongeBob at the very beginning, and yet he just popped himself out like a little pop ball.
Oh yeah, good point. Well, while Mindy stalls the execution...
I'm stalling?
Yes!
Stalling?
Stalling!
Stalling.
Stalling! Ah, boy.
By the way, that scene is very clever. SpongeBob and Patrick are confronted by Dennis again.
I'm tired of running. If we run now, we'll never stop.
Damn! Not wasting any time! Dennis wants to kill SpongeBob, and he wants to kill him now! He'll do anything to kill his prey, even stabbing Hasselhoff's sweet ass! Well, only one thing left to do in a dead-end situation. Leap of faith!
Yeah! I did it!
You got guts, kid. How'd you get here so quickly?
SpongeBob tries to bribe his way out. Thankfully, his bubbles damage Dennis's eyes. The duo hangs on Hasselhoff's foot, and Dennis gets so close to killing them until...
See you later, fools!
Oh, I think he's really dead. However, time is running short as Neptune kicks Mindy out to prevent more stalling. Cutting it very close as SpongeBob and Patrick make it down to reflect the blast with the crown. Mr. Krabs is saved, the crown is returned, and Patrick gets to simp with Mindy some more.
Sorry to raid on your parade, Plankton.
Oh, don't worry about me. My parade shall be quite dry under my umbrella!
Okay, for a comeback about rain, parades, and the fact that Plankton's umbrella comeback was actually a good line, because of umbrellas and but that is actually a good line for a mostly common insult that you hear all the time.
Plankton mind controls Neptune and surrounds his slaves all over our heroes.
Also pretty convenient that the king was just standing right there over a trapdoor for king-sized buckets.
Plankton cheated.
Cheated?
I agree. He did cheat. For the final time, SpongeBob is told that he's just a kid, and everyone laughs at him, putting him in a miserable state. Dang. Imagine if bullies held you at gunpoint, and everyone laughed at you before they pulled the trigger. SpongeBob finally accepts that he's just a kid. And it's okay, because he accomplished a lot of big things that kids couldn't do, like making it to a dangerous location to bring back a stolen item from a threat. SpongeBob may be a kid, but he's something special.
But most of all,
Okay, settle down. Take it easy. What the
I would love to play this song, but I don't want to get copyrighted. The Goofy Goober rock song is an incredible finale song for the movie, and a fantastic parody of Twisted Sister's I Wanna Rock. SpongeBob fully embraces that he's a kid, and is willing to set it free.
His dance moves are impressive, but Mom said it's my turn to play the Xbox.
Plankton tries to stop him, but... Whoa! A wizard! Move aside, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. The real hero is SpongeBob.
Plankton could have literally just said, while SpongeBob doing his little kid speech, alright, Neptune, just kill him. But he's like, alright, fine, I'll let the kid talk, see what he pulls up. And then he's like, I'm gonna get closer to this kid, instead of staying by my only bodyguard who's worth a damn, aka King Neptune. And then gets blasted off to the other side of the Krusty Krab as soon as SpongeBob turns into the Wizard of Gods of music. Wizards 101 would like his address.
With the power of rock and roll, he breaks the helmets, freeing the citizens of Bikini Bottom. Despite Plankton's rash decisions, he can't do anything to combat against this power, and he finally gets his comeuppance.
Wasn't that hilarious, everybody? I will destroy all of you!
Yeah, that ain't gonna help you in your case, Plankton. Have fun behind bars. For the first time in Mindy's life, Neptune is proud of her and he frees Mr. Krabs as promised.
Oops! I guess I had it set to
real boy ending.
Neptune tells Mr. Krabs to congratulate SpongeBob, and he's rewarded with the thing that he wanted since the start of the movie. Oh my gosh, yes! This is his moment!
What you really wanted was inside you all along.
Are you crazy? I was just gonna tell you that your fly is down.
Oh my... This movie ended with a dick joke? That's amazing! Oh yeah, there's an after-credit scene where the employee kicks the pirates out of the theater. Well, that was the SpongeBob SquarePants Movie. Steven Hillenburg, you shouldn't worry about this movie flopping, because you made it incredible without ruining the SpongeBob cadence. Honestly, I'm happy with the end result. I don't think this movie would have been as memorable if they went for the Finding Nemo approach. By ditching the parody, making an original story forced the team to get creative. The story isn't deep or groundbreaking, but whatever idea or funny gag it has, it commits to it and doesn't double down. The effects in the movie are impressive for a 2004 2D animated movie, from the textures on Squidward's shirt to the ocean reflection shining down underwater. They really cared for the little details. The expressions on the characters' faces are wild and hilarious. The first 3 seasons also had funny faces, but this movie took it to the next level. From Neptune laughing to Patrick's surprise, those faces are meme-worthy. The only complaint I really have with this movie, and it's a very minor one by the way, is that most of the main characters aside from SpongeBob and Patrick don't have much screen time. I can understand Mr. Krabs since he's the damsel, but what about Squidward? He's one of the best characters in the series, so why did he get pushed aside? Though to be fair, he didn't want to go on this quest because he hates SpongeBob, and I don't think they could give him a bigger role without padding the runtime, so he's excused. This movie was originally planned as SpongeBob's finale because Hillenburg thought that the series reached its peak, but Nickelodeon wanted the series to keep going, so he resigned as the series showrunner. Season 4 was aired, and it's still going to this day. While I do agree that some of the later episodes, lack in quality, but if you look hard enough, there's bound to be a diamond in the rough, like the trusty Slab, which is just the SpongeBob actors in real life playing their characters. Hillenburg would return to the series starring with the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water, but in 2017, he was diagnosed with ALS. He planned to continue working on the show for as long as possible, but sadly, he wouldn't work on it for long, as he passed away in 2018. Now, no matter how bad the series gets later on, we can all agree that Hillenburg made a huge impact on us. He gave us a show that we all love and relate to, and in my opinion, this movie was his best work. I may not have been a fan of the series growing up. Jimmy Neutron kinda took all my attention, but I'm glad I got the chance to see it back in my high school days. I so relate to SpongeBob more than any other character in media. And you know what? I agree with Baconkitty. I do believe that SpongeBob has autism, so that's something I can relate with him. I'm glad that I'm a SpongeBob fan, and I'm glad I saw mostly his first 3 seasons. I'm glad I saw this movie. If there was one thing this movie taught me, is that even if you feel like you're just a kid, you can still achieve big things. And no, I'm not saying I can retrieve a crown from a dangerous city. That's not what I meant. But maybe, just maybe, I can leave some sort of impact. Just like Hillenburg's simple sponge. Before I go, I want to give a few shout-outs. The first shoutout goes to Baconkitty for collaborating with me on this review. You did a great job, especially when giving your thoughts out unscripted. That was very impressive. Second shoutout goes to the SpongeBob SquarePants Movie Rehydrated YouTube channel. A lot of animators work so hard to make this fan-made film a reality, so go check it out and show them some love and support. Link is in the description. And lastly, shoutouts to Steven Hillenberg. I know you're not there with us, but thank you. Thank you so much for introducing SpongeBob to our lives. We love him, we relate to him, and we're truly inspired by your work. Thank you for your little sponge. Come on, Bacon, let's go get some ice cream, because we're all goofy goobers. Yeah.